Right, so what is up guys, SD Peasy here, and today we're going to be bringing you another video in the Lampard's Lounge series. Of course, we're going to be reacting to the Chelsea's 1-0 win over Norwich at Stamford Bridge last night. Fantastic result for Chelsea. Not the best game of football, I'm going to be honest. It wasn't one that I necessarily enjoyed watching. It wasn't very fun to watch, and it was quite stressful as a Chelsea fan, but we got the 3 points, and that's what's key. So let's jump into the teams. So into the squads here, I must admit, I didn't like Chelsea's starting 11. I wasn't a big fan of the midfield. I didn't really understand why that was the midfield, really. I must admit, I was a bit baffed to the fact that with the players we had on the bench that they weren't used. I was a bit surprised, but I mean, at points it worked, at points it didn't. I thought Loftus-Cheek did okay, and I thought Kovacic did okay. Jorginho, as I've put him here, it is obviously your Jorginho. Wasn't at his best, in my opinion. He's not at his best. I thought Zuma and Rudiger were okay together. Alonso and Azpilicueta, it was alright. The back four was okay. Clean sheet is obviously very good for Aritza Balaga and the defence's confidence. So you won't complain about that one. I'm very happy with that. The front three didn't look too dangerous, really. Pulisic did well with the he was quite bright, to be fair, and he did well with the assist for Giroud's goal. So we've got to give him a bit of credit. The subs, when they came on, I didn't notice too much. Barkley didn't do much for me. Hudson-Odoi and Abraham, when they came on, didn't have much difference. Neither did James, but obviously they all did their bit. But the game was sort of done and dusted by then. So they didn't make too much of an impact. Norwich's team, I actually like Norwich's team, and I was saying this while I was watching the game with one of my friends yesterday, how all the teams that look like they're getting relegated, and Norwich especially, there's players in all those teams that you think they're not bad, and they'll probably end up going somewhere decent in the Premier League. I was talking to Jared, and obviously he's a Liverpool fan. He said he quite liked Todd Cantwell, who I think, yes, very good player. Max Aaron's a very good player, likely to probably go to Spurs, maybe. Ben Godfrey, Jamal Lewis. They're very good players. And Buendia as well. I like Buendia a lot. I think some of those players may stay because they'll want to just prove themselves at the club for maybe another year and then maybe come up. I feel like Cantwell will probably go because he's obviously had his very good sort of breakthrough season. He's proved a lot this year, and I think he could be off. I wouldn't be surprised at all if he was. But yeah, overall, I like their team. I just thought they were just, like I say, they were just outclassed throughout the whole game. Not in terms of scoring goals and so on, but just played off the pitch by a better team with better resources, and that's as simple as it was. There was no real... They didn't really ever show a threat. I didn't feel at any point they looked like they were going to cause a problem. They looked like a relegated team, a team that had already given up on their chances. So, on to the positive negatives here. Obviously, the positives are 3 points and we stay in third place. Now, obviously, this is key, especially with us bottling it at the weekend. I really thought we'd have messed it up at that point, and we were going to be fifth by the time we played this game. But thankfully, Leicester obviously dropped points with that horrendous loss at Bournemouth, and Man United's really very poor defending in the last minute obviously allowed Southampton to get that equaliser, which means we kept third place and we are now 4 points clear in third place, which is very good. I'm very happy about that, which means with obviously playing first, there is now pressure on United and Leicester when they play. Personally, I think Leicester are going to lose. I don't fancy them. I think they're playing who they play? I can't remember who they're playing, but I don't actually fancy them to get the points. I know Man United are away to Crystal Palace, and as we proved, it's not the easiest place to go, so they may struggle to get the points as well. I think United will get the points though, but I think it's going to be tight now. But like I say, the main positives, obviously 3 points, third place, secure. We're looking good, but obviously we have got 2 tough games to go in Liverpool and Wolves. Negatives, there was quite a few, to be fair. We weren't very creative, we weren't very clinical, we didn't take the chances we had. We could have been 4 or 5 goals up in the first half. Giroud didn't take his chances. We lacked a bit of creativity past the first sort of 20 minutes. We didn't really show anything in the game. We weren't interesting going forward in any way. It was a bit drab and a bit dull, but it got the job done, and we were very one-dimensional. And I mean, personally, for me, that lies down to Jorginho he's a fantastic footballer, but he can only play one way in football. There is no plan B. If his plan A doesn't work, he does plan A again. For me, I love the player, but maybe not at Chelsea. Maybe he needs to look for another club where that will work. An Italian club where he was, maybe, I know that there's been some reports of him maybe going to Juventus or back to Napoli and so on, where that style of football works. So maybe that will happen, but he's just a bit too one-dimensional for me. However, it didn't cause too many problems. He did okay in the game, but the 1-0 win is what's important. So yeah, like I say, we're in a very good position now. 4 points clear in third, put pressure on Leicester and United to get the results they need. We have got tough games to come. I think we can get points at Liverpool. I'll be very happy with the draw. And I think it will come down to the last day, especially with us playing Wolves and Man United playing Leicester. I think it's going to be at a point where whoever wins the Man United-Leicester game will finish in the top 4 and the other team won't, and I feel Chelsea will be the other top 4 team. I think, personally, it's going to be Man United and Chelsea. I can't tell you the order, but as long as we're there, I don't mind. Obviously, after Man City's ruling that they are going to be in the Champions League next season, it puts a lot more pressure on the teams that, obviously, we may have thought 5th would have been okay for Champions League, and obviously now we know that it isn't. So, a lot more pressure, but we've put the pressure on the other teams, which is exactly what we needed to do. We've got the points. We're 4 points clear, so it's looking good. I'm happy as a Chelsea fan. Hopefully, we can keep this up. I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and obviously, like I say, there won't be too many more episodes of this throughout the rest of the season now, but we are coming towards nearly a fantastic season for Chelsea, and hopefully you've enjoyed this series at some point. If you have, keep showing support for the last few videos that we're going to be seeing off this series. Thank you very much for watching. Drop a like on the video if you have enjoyed. Hit that notification bell and subscribe if this is your first time around here. Join the notification squad every single day at 6 PM without fail. Thank you very much for watching.
I wanna take it all in, I'm falling. The cityscape by night, wanna catch in my photos. Where you go, every corner twice as bright. They'll be my treasures forever.